Hi, I'm Ivan Zoot. I'm the Director of Education and Training with the Andis Company, and welcome to another edition of Andis Tool Tips on the Web. Today, we're going to take a look at Andis Classic 5-Step Clipper-over-comb. If you cut hair in this business for 100 years, and I hope you don't, but if you do, 99% of your men's haircuts will be some variation on a classic tapered men's haircut. And if you're going to be creating classic tapering, you're going to be creating classic tapering using some element of classic 5-step clipper-over-comb. We're going to take a look at it, we're going to break it down, we're going to learn a whole bunch about it. We're going to be cutting clipper-over-comb with a clipper and with an Andis clipper comb. Andis clipper combs come in two flavors. They come in black and they come in white. Dark hair, light combs. Light hair, dark combs. It's all about contrast. You can't cut what you can't see. You can work hard if you want, or you can work smart if you want. These are world famous Andis clipper combs. Since we've got a dark haired client, we're going to use a light colored comb. Let's take a look at the comb first. It's important to understand why it's an Andis clipper comb. Take your hand, hold your thumb and forefinger up like you'd be holding a quarter by the edges. Just about like that, with 3 fingers up in the air. That right there is called the thumb notch. We're going to put our thumb in the thumb notch. We're going to tip the handle in and roll our fingers down around it. This is the essential position for classic 5-step clipper-over-comb. And the reason we use this is because this allows us to do what we call pitch and wiggle, to make slight changes in the position of the comb relative to the surface of the client's head to determine how much hair we get to put on the floor and how much hair they get to take home. It's all about creating that angle or taper. Down low, we're going to hold it flatter. Up high, we're going to rock it out, but we're going to hold it with our thumb and forefinger. This doesn't work. With our thumb trapped on the back of the comb, that hurts my wrist. That's a one-way ticket to carpal tunnel syndrome. This doesn't work either. We see people holding combs from below like that, and then they've got their whole body in on clipper-over-comb, full body action, clipper-over-comb. That's an easy way to shorten a career. You want to think about what you do with your arms, your hands, your shoulders, your legs, your back, your hips, your knees. You can add years onto the back end of a career by thinking and working smart on the front end of a career. So we're going to hold it with our thumb and forefinger properly to pitch and wiggle. It's a clipper comb because it's got a handle that lets us do that. It's a clipper comb because it's got a flat spine and it's got a flat surface where the teeth blend down into the comb. There is no ledge or ridge right here. That's going to allow us to cut clipper-over-comb very smooth, very fast, and very effectively without the comb catching or hanging up on it. It's a clipper comb because it's an even and consistent thickness from the tips of the teeth to the base of the spine. That's our cutting platform, and our angle will determine our cutting. And it's a clipper comb because it's about 1/8 of an inch thick, and the spine from the bottom of the teeth to the back edge right there where the Andis family printed their name, that's about 1/2 inch. Now here's the idea. Based on our position up and down the head and our degree of angular pitch, we will control our taper. There's 5 steps involved in classic 5-step clipper-over-comb. Let's take a look and see what they look like. Step number 1 is combing for distribution. With the comb held above our tapering panel, we turn the comb over and we comb the hair. 1, 1, 1, 1. Cowlicks, growth patterns, and directions will go where they want to go, lay where they want to lay, and do what they want to do. That's 1, 1, 1, 2. 1, 2. Step number 2 is to tip the comb out and roll it back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Down low, we hold it flatter. Up high, we'll rock it out. That C-shaped or curving motion will determine our taper. Now, the comb is 1/8 of an inch thick. If I lay it flat against the head and zip off everything hanging out of the comb, how much hair will it leave behind? That's right, 1/8 of an inch. But if I insert the comb, tip it out, and roll it back to the point where the spine is 90 degrees or perpendicular, how much hair will it leave behind? 1/2 inch. So we move from 1/8 to 1/2. From 1/8 to 1/2. 1/8, quarter, 3/8, half. 1/8, quarter, 3/8, half. I know you recognize the numbers. 1/8, quarter, 3/8, half. That's your snap-on attachment guides or guards. We've taken the guard off of here for clipper-over-comb and we moved it over here for clipper-over-comb. So 1, 2, 1, 2. 1 is combing for distribution. 2 is tip it out and roll it back. Now, step 3 is one of the most important steps in classic 5-step clipper-over-comb. Step 3 is to look at it. It looks like this. Watch carefully. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's right. Look at it. Look at it before you cut it. Everybody's in such a hurry to get to step 4. Step 4 is the fun step. It's the cut it off step. But if you look at it after you cut it, you may be disappointed. Look at it before you cut it and only cut it when you're sure you want to cut it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step 4 is cut it off. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step number 5. Step number 5 is the follow through that pulls you up and out of your section, ready to go back again with step number 1. So let's put the 5 steps together and see what they look like in smooth fluid motion. It should look like this. And I'm going to dampen the hair just a little touch again, because it dries out under the camera lights here, but it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Working up the head form as we create beautiful classic tapering. Now, for those of you with less comfort and less confidence in clipper over comb, how about I give you 1/8 of an inch of clipper over comb insurance? That's right, let's provide some protection for those of you that are clipper over comb learners, people that are trying to build their skill and confidence with clipper over comb. Here it is. Take a number 1 plastic snap-on attachment guide or guard, put it on your clipper, nice solid click, and cut clipper over comb with a number 1 guard in place like this. We call this clipper insurance. That's because with a number 1 guard in place, this slows you down, it backs you up, it backs you off. It allows your clipper to cut less aggressively and less progressively. It's not going to take as much hair, so you can take your time smoothing down that surface. And if you slip off the comb and you bump somebody in the back of the head with a running clipper, boy, you've got a guard on there that'll prevent you from bottoming him out like that. So let's review. Classic 5-step clipper over comb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Combing, tipping, looking, cutting, follow through. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For those of you that are a little more advanced, we can pick up the pace a little bit. Once the hair starts getting short like this, I don't really need step 1. Step 1 is my combing step, but I don't need to comb it. It isn't going anywhere. When I can eliminate step 1, I can eliminate step 5. Step 5 is my follow through that sets me back up for 1. So what I'm trying to say here is, for those of you that are more advanced, for those of you that are beginners and learners, 5-step clipper over comb makes perfect sense. But for those of you that are hot dogging it, that are picking up your pace, that are picking up your speed, that are making more money with clipper over comb, maybe we can skip 1 and 5 and it looks like this. It's just 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. But we're always adjusting our comb, we're always looking, and we're always cutting. Don't ever skip step number 3. That's one of the most important. And again, for those of you with less comfort and confidence, clipper insurance, that number 1 guard snapped on your clipper when you cut clipper over comb as a form of safety and protection for blending. If you bump them, you don't bump them down to the bottom. Don't forget you got your Cool Care 5-in-1 spray for your hard-working clipper. It's a blade cleaner, it's a blade coolant, it's a rust inhibitor, it's a lightweight lubricant, and it's a disinfectant. And your Andis clipper oil, every clipper, every trimmer, every client, every time. These two together, that's another form of clipper protection and clipper insurance. Less than 10% of the cost of a high-quality clipper, and takes good care of you and your clipper. Don't forget to check us out at andis.com on the web. Tons of great clipper cutting information. We look forward to hearing from you there and seeing you here at Tool Tips on the web. Thanks, and have a great day.